Swaikab, and welcome to another street photography walk. And this time around, I wanted to challenge myself to walk 5 kilometers. The initial challenge was to do 10 kilometers, but let's just start with 5, and then I'll do 10 in the next time around. So I took out my father's Vivitar XV-1. And for those who might not know, since Vivitar doesn't seem to be one of the more popular brands that you see on YouTube, it is a fully manual camera, but it does have a light meter for you to know the exposure, whether it's too high or too low, by a needle going up and down. And the lens that I use is the zoom lens 28 to 85 at f3.5, but this is a very soft lens, whether it's old or this is just the nature of vintage zoom lenses at the time, but it's very soft. So some of the images will obviously be soft, as you can see, and have to step down to get any sharpness. Later on, after I finished the roll of film, just went on to use my Fuji x-t1 and take more photos of the things and the scenes that I see around. And I'll see you at the end of the video, where I will talk more about the film photos that I've taken. Welcome back. And so, regardless of whether the photo is good or not, just want to share like the thought process of why I've taken the photo. And so in the first photo here, I just saw this sort of interesting framing and wanted to test the film a bit. So we just have the two framing of the electric poles that frames the tree in the middle, and it's thought to be a nice silhouette with the background being very bright. And after taking the photo, I see that there's some kind of relationship with the shapes of the tree and the light pole up here. That's what I see, and I think this is a more fine photo. Image of a boring cat, kind of. Just wanted to see like the sharpness and how the lens will perform. See this man isolated, though I sort of should have moved away from so that his head isn't sort of being speared by this pole, but just like the isolation. Here try to frame the electrical wires with the bicycle. Just keep it simple. And then trying one more time here, this time focusing on the electrical wires and all of the messy wiring. And nice to have like a small bike on the side, though if he's a little bit more into frame, I think that would be better. More framing that I've been seeing with the two trees and then the two towers during the construction of this building. Thought this is pretty okay conceptually, though a little bit overexposed. I think one of my favorite photos of the film of testing out again the different contrast and quite the high dynamic range, that there's still some details on the pillars, not exactly too darkened except for some of the really darker places, but this pillar isn't too dark, that I kind of like. And then we can still see some of the clouds. Do note that none of these photos are edited. Nothing against editing, but I just want to choose to sort of present the film vlog as non-edited images. And here this is a scene that is sort of classically seen in different street photography videos or posts, where you have a very high dynamic range where the sun is just shining on one particular area and everywhere else can be darkened. And I think I only got it in the second photo or time, but the guy walking I don't think is all that interesting. Another photo with trying to like frame the building within these two pillars, and if you look at the building itself, it also has two pillars. But another interesting that happened was that we have this train, the BTS, moving from left to right, that also goes together with the sign that's sort of pointing towards the right. But when looking at this image alone without knowing the context, because without seeing the video of the vlog, I think that sort of creates some kind of questioning whether this train is moving left to right or right to left, and sort of depends on the sign as well. Where is it pointing to for this train to travel? So for the end, I would like to just share my contact sheet, and this is only from the Fujifilm camera, not from the film camera Vivitar. And so let me know if there's some photos that you think could have been good, or other photos that are not as good. I wanted to only share the color versions since I'm still experimenting with color for this month, but the black and white versions will be posted on my Facebook page, which you can go see in the links below. With that said, I will see you all next time. Bye for now.